Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. When one comes to Satsang and it starts with silence, it's a bit like you have stirred up a lot of a bottle, and all what were inside, which were moving, they slowly settle down. And have you to make any effort for that? No, you have just to let it go by itself. Let it settle down by itself. Just a split second, a split moment to make you see that you are the background of all what appears and disappears. And that the bottle itself even disappears. And that is possible to keep quiet when you really have seen that it's not through the mind, through something which presents itself, through appearances that you will solve the search of what is all this, who am I? It's not through the mind. And what's the mind? It's what is presented, what is suggested. Let it be through concepts, let it be through feelings, or through physical experiences. Whatever appears and so as to disappear is the mind. It's called the mind. The creation, the manifestation. Any question about this? Anything? Welcome.
I would like to go on where I stopped with Satsang.
I don't remember.
I started with Jesus, and then you said something and everything was gone.
But he came back.
Yeah.
He resurrected.
Before I met you, I was for some years with Jesus.
Yeah.
I was always sitting in front of him, and whenever there was any drama, any conflict, whatever the duality is bringing,
Yeah.
I was sitting,
Okay.
and there could nothing survive. So
What could not survive?
nothing could survive.
Yeah.
Nothing what out of duality.
Except you.
Could survive, yes. And I bring this, and it comes again and again, because I trust you completely, and you say it cannot be obvious if somebody knows himself or not. There will be no different in his behavior or whatever. And how
You can have the possibility that it also changes the behavior.
yeah.
There is no law.
Okay.
Okay.
But how I saw Jesus, it looked like that he sees clear, so he sees so clear that there's no I, that there's no separation, no duality, no illusion. That because of that, he never goes into it. So he never behaves out of any intention, what's coming out of the mind. And last Satsang you said, also if you know yourself, it can come again and again that there's something coming up, what makes you behave bad. But Jesus for me never, let's say his intention was always pure. You brought the concept of purity last time. And so I had still these ideas coming again and again that when you see clear, that you don't take anymore this duality.
But who is there? Clarity belongs to somebody, that's why the knowledge or whatever word you want to say is rising someone. Okay? That's why you speak of I and Jesus. There are two. Jesus exists because of I. The Jesus you see. So now the question in Satsang, it's not to know who is Jesus, it's to know who am I. And then let's see where Jesus is. But for some reason you resist to do that, because you want to keep him. Who is, it's exactly who you are. He has a particular shape, and you projected all your ideal on a shape. Now, if you ask who am I really a shape? Am I really a name? Probably you will just keep quiet and not speak even of Jesus and you. Hmm?
Mm.
So now you are free, or you stay in the realm of manifestation where I and Jesus are, or you want to be freed to limit yourself.
I want to be free. But there's something I don't understand, and so far there was always understanding. And
That's
because of this
interesting.
understanding I could let
Yeah.
go. Now there's no understanding.
It's a good sign. First solve who am I, then you have not to save anything. You will see by yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. And if I mention about behaviors and all that, it's because you see, it's exactly what you touched, the projection that what is perfect, what is the purest, what's myself, not in a human way, it has to incarnate in such a way. But it's already, all this is already the incarnations of that, whatever shape you have. And you can be sure if you project, if you see a perfection as you ideal is on somebody, it's a projection. Sooner or later, you will be totally disappointed for a stupid something that happens with that being. And it is not that that being is fake, it's that you are too much there. And when you are no more concerned with how it appears, then you are totally free to have the company of whosoever you like. You don't need, if you don't like, to be with gangsters, but a few will like. I'm joking. And if you create or believe in the concept of purity, you automatically create God and hell, heaven and hell. You see. So, heaven and hell carries a lot with it. Then surely you have to be better than what you look at, etc. Surely there is a punishment if you don't do it, heaven and hell. That is the understanding of religion. Religion means ligare. You have to unite with heaven, because God is only in heaven, of course. What about the hell then? Then you have to create a demon. Demon, it's all such a complicated duality. Already it's complicated. But to add all this is a headache, really. It's poisonous, because you never attain. As a creature, you cannot be God. Then what? So heaven has some part of hellish also. Otherwise what? Otherwise you are God. That's not possible. So all this is unbelievable. As you like, but for me it's absolutely unbelievable. So, let's be more humble. We don't know anything. Who am I? I don't know anything. But what I know is that all what is created comes from here. That's all I know. If you want to know more, it's better not to come to this satsang. I don't know anything. And the happiness, not a permanent happiness, but the happiness, the peace, don't speak of permanent peace, who cares, the one who speaks, is very happy not to be bound by a concept. Very happy. He will never, never exchange that for something else. So,
Hi, Ganga. A couple of things have happened since Tuesday's satsang. Tuesday I had asked you, I do not know who I am,
yeah.
and your response was, look where you are right now.
Yeah.
And for the last 2 days I deeply self-inquired on this, and the admission that I have to make here is I do not know where I am.
Wonderful answer for the mind. The mind abdicates, he surrenders. I don't know who I am. Then you just keep quiet forever about the subject. The mind will appear, of course. You are young, long life. But you cannot confuse what appears for what is. Even if in the game you identify a lot with this and that, that's a movie. But to have kept quiet, to keep quiet where you always are, will always wake you up. Oh, where I was. And you keep quiet, you don't go on searching anymore, you just keep quiet.
And a couple of convictions I had to, I think is blocking me to really see.
But tell me your conviction, it will be
Yes.
easier.
The two convictions I deeply hold at this moment is I am the body, I am the mind.
Okay. Okay. But are you can think so, but are you happy or you search for something else?
No, I am not happy because if I was happy and satisfied, I don't think I would have been in this satsang.
Exactly. So that conviction is doubtful then. And the second one?
Yeah, I am the body, I am the mind.
Ah, yeah. It makes one, you know. Yeah, because we thought waking up, you don't see your body and you don't know anything anyway. No. That's why I say, I am the body mind. It's a thought. It's a thought that you grasp by birth. The birth makes you believe, I am the one who is born. And it's true for the one who is born. Means for this body and mind, it's true. But if at all in the life of this body-mind comes this question, but is there a God, or who am I actually? Who am I? Not landing in any therapeutic answer, which is okay, but it may still be there. But who am I? I'm not only what the answer tells me. Where I wanted to go. Yeah, then you have no answer. You cannot say, I am the body and I am the mind. Then, what is here? If you don't hook at I am the body and I am the mind, where can you hook? You can hook at what?
There is this feeling of easiness.
Yeah, but who feels that? The person, huh? Somebody.
Yeah, that's where I get stuck.
Okay, great. I am very happy that the feeling of beingness, you have seen that it stops you. And you know why it stops you? Because you stop at the feeling. So, leave isness alone. Is there anybody if you leave isness alone?
It's not possible.
It is possible. It's not possible as a person, I agree with you. To leave isness alone is not possible if you keep the person. Very good answer. What's your good name?
My name is Nishan.
Ah, Nisham. So don't bring Nisham even here. Huh? And what it means?
Nishan means symbol.
Symbol.
Yes.
Ooh, that's too much. So I will call you Anisham. Advaita, Anisham. That's the result of Nisha. So the silence is also a language, huh? Don't fool yourself. When you have nothing to say, you are silent. But who am I? No answer à l'autre. Because then it becomes a language again. I'm happy you understand my language. That's why you see silence is not always there, doesn't always appear, because it's a language. It's an expression. It shows up like this for some time. Then it shows up differently for some time. So, you don't want to ask a question? You don't want me to speak of something? Yeah, please.
Ganga, when you say everything comes from you, I always feel kind of bothered by what you
Yeah,
say.
okay.
Because it seems not to be truthful.
So if you don't see it the same way, it's all right. Don't be bothered. I guess when these kind of sentences are said, it is always to point out again and again, you see, that you are not only what appears. It's meant for that, but otherwise you can just forget this sentence. You see, it's very nice to what you said, because it really shows clearly that any knowledge is too much. The pointing outs are of some knowledge, but it's pointing at. It is not needed once you don't need them.
I would like to ask you about desires.
The what?
Desires.
To die.
No, the desire. A desire.
A desire. Okay, yeah. A desire is attached to death. So what do you want to know? If you can fulfill it or not?
No, it's I feel like there are desires that come from a space to satisfy the mind, the ego, and there might be desires that come from a deeper place.
Oh shit.
No?
I mean, places, you see, is just the mind. You have some gross place, you have a scale, infinite scales of places, but it's the mind, huh? Okay, that clears up.
So, if desires are kind of our motor in life as the
Of course, I mean, wow. You see all those kids and all that, I mean, it's...
I think I struggle with the concept of being human and having all these desires and feelings and all
But
these
that's
things.
to be human, no?
Exactly.
To have desires.
And we're supposed to have that. But then we're also not
Can you
supposed
do it without it? And if you don't have a desire to go in the world, you have a desire to retire from the world. It's always based on desire.
Yeah.
In
What are
or
we
out.
doing here?
It's in or it's out. What does it clear up?
Not much.
That's what I see. So maybe it was not the correct question. Or you wanted to reply something else.
It kind of reminds me of one answer you gave me about not writing the book, The Title Is Enough, in life. You know, giving up control and,
In life,
yeah.
can you give up control? Can you decently give up control? If you can, it's because it's meant to be like this, without you're willing or not. So don't work on that. Just know that you are not much a doer, probably.
I'm not much a doer.
Yeah. You are less a doer than you think.
Me personally, or
Personally, doer is very personal. I am the doer of my life. I'm leading my life. Not alone, I do. Or I don't. I decide, I don't decide. I am out, I am in. I got a glimpse, I lost a glimpse. Same, all the same.
So is it maybe a bit like someone asks you, would you like some ice cream? And then you say, I would love chocolate ice cream. And they say, oh, we don't have chocolate ice cream, we have vanilla ice cream. They say, yeah, that's fine.
You can get
Basically not being, so you can have a preference or a desire, but then you
Or
don't.
can you live without preferences?
No,
Oh, then
I
you
don't.
can't change that. And if you make so much effort to change that anyway, at some 10 years later, there will be a change. Suddenly you prefer something else.
Yeah.
So you have to do again the same thing.
Right. Okay.
Preferences may disappear on their own
Mhm.
or not. In the world, in the personal life.
Mhm.
Now, if you really believe that to fulfill a certain desire will make you more happy, I don't speak of a punctual happiness. Of course, chocolate ice cream, you lick and you are happy, but it's just punctual happiness. If you believe that to fulfill a desire will make you permanently happy, there it can be questioned.
Mhm.
Is it possible to have a permanent happiness in the realm of appearances? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
You want? Yeah.
Hello, Ganga. Yeah, what? She said, like this topic of like trust versus control and preferences is quite a like I have a story that knowing myself, my trust in life should increase, but it's not necessarily that way. Maybe a little bit, but still on the personal level, there are always these preferences and wanting to have certain control about things in my life. And and I have this story that I should just trust. And is it?
Do you trust or not? Life will happen as it has to happen to you. Huh? Trust or not. I mean, the trust spoken in Satsang is not towards the life. If you still search, so it means still you place yourself in this world of appearance, and you ask yourself, but who am I? Suddenly, for some strange reason, and it's not strange, it's because it's totally fitting your demand, you will trust the indication or whatever happens that happens to you to be free. How can you trust the life? It goes on changing all the time, from morning to night. What trust? Trust in the flow, but the flow doesn't need your trust. Too much control. I trust the flow. I hear that. All spiritual world is like this. Oh, I trust the flow now. And then you are at the good place.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, it's nice if it helps you, why not? But it's questionable. Here I would say, instead of trusting and all that, you just keep quiet. Things will happen anyway as it has to happen to you. What to do?
It's just like, it feels like there is this place where nothing really needs to be changed, or
Then why you did ask the question?
because each time when I'm in front of some life decisions, I can't stay in this place, you know. I feel like I'm switched into
No, you
the
don't need to
mind.
stay in that place. You are always in that place, even when it's veiled by your decision to make. You have not seen that? What you are always?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then why this question? Or you say yes and it is not yes.
It's just that it's obscured in this moment, like from my, like...
In disappearance there will always be light and obscurities. Always.
Yeah.
Remembrance of oh, I am in my mind, huh? Or oh, I am so much in my mind that I don't say it.
Yes.
Okay, that is the movie.
Yes.
Why you?
You will make me cry again. This I can't speak of.
Lucky you are. All the questions you see and the need for answers are in this movie. Even if it concerns enlightenment and all that. Satsang is in the movie. Now, in this movie of Satsang, since the interest is for a moment not at all about the movie, but to know, but who am I? So the root of the movie is the awakened I, that thought, or that body-mind, if you like. It's a rising something. And with the direction, which can be through who am I, which can be, you don't know, it can happen also, taken by surprise. You are not in your mind. And being not in your mind, there is nobody there. So that makes clear that the surge is in the mind. And if you if you are searching for answers in the mind, you know by now, that it will be always changing answers, unfulfilling answers. So don't try to make an enlightened movie. Yeah, you can be enlightened in the movie. It's also a movie, but it's in the movie. So, you see, it's not owned by anybody, where we are left when we are not busy with the mind. It's not owned by anybody. Yeah, you can have a movie. Once upon a time I was searching, and then I don't search, I'm enlightened. But it's in the movie. And you know the date exactly. Oh yeah, it was in 97. It was maybe, I forgot, but 7:58 in the morning. In the movie. But now you cannot be fooled by the movie. It's not the event which makes me speak today.
Not what?
The event of enlightenment in the movie. Everybody speaks of that event in the movie. There are books full of testimony. Oh, I've been enlightened. And if you confuse that, for it, it's still in the book. It's a book. It's a story in the book. Then what you do in the life? Oh, I have to maintain that, I lost it, I have to pretend, or I will lie. Liars. Preachers, liars. All of them. Otherwise, it's not a preaching.
Love you so much.
Thank you. Oh, I have a secret, you see. I will deliver when you are worthy and matured and whatnot. Bullshit. In that way, another title is quite good, but just the title, not the book in. Open secret. Means open secret is just now. It's no more a secret. What you thought is a secret is just open, just whatever. Here. So what is just here could be an event. The event goes on changing, or you have to go to the memory. What is just here is here because there is no memory which can remain here. And that's more precious than any event. Who cares about how it looks like? You imagine, there is that disease which you don't have memories, you don't remember. And if you had an enlightenment at certain time in the past, then what? You know, what? If you were depending on that event. So if you don't depend on an event, it's okay. You don't lose anything. So many experiences want to be cherished and kept. Why? Why? We'll all be deceived. One should not depend on an experience. Yeah.
May I ask something about the self-knowledge?
Yeah, sure.
Because I think I saw for the first time today that it rises after some thought, and I start to question, because I always trust that, but I suddenly start to question who is trying to convince.
Okay, very good. Very good. Go that way. Question. Or simply keep quiet. Because whatever you can question is already too late. It's questioned. So it's in the movie. So, imagine I get Alzheimer. What about my self-knowledge? Oh shit, no, I cannot. The proof is that the self-knowledge is in the memory, in the mind. But no doubt that there are some very good tools, to allow you not to multiply yourself with concepts, but at least to see more and more, what is. Doesn't need anybody to maintain it by a concept. That's why you see there is not exactly a teaching. Depending on the question, there will be a certain indication. And that goes on changing. So, I mean to say by that it goes on changing. So in which realm is it? Yeah.
To see, I've been keeping so many things I heard in Satsang, and I should not.
No, you can see that because you kept it so much, and then it became a heavy. Instead of being light, suddenly you say, oh my God, I have a luggage more. Very good. You didn't lose time. Sometimes you just need some time to be free by your own building from your own good. Yet, I tell you, it looks very useful to have a certain clarity, because when the mind is so confused, it doesn't even understand what is said in Satsang. But it's not a law. Everybody is different. Some urgency? No. Ah, okay.
Ganga,
Yeah.
this question about freedom and bondage, it's with I. It comes with I have this question.
Sure. And happily, because then it questions the bondage.
Yeah. It looks like the I can never be free.
Because if he's looking at the freedom, he keeps the bondage. If he is bound, he keeps the freedom as a hope. Yeah, so it's not for I. So tell me, how high can, oh, not high, but how I can understand. It's not for I. It's too late. Okay? Thank you.